Hello friends, Astakal. Welcome to our channel Seekers Punjabi. My name is Harjot and today I'm going to share a video on Google Doodles of 2017. Must be wondering why I'm going to share a video on this topic, right? So people, see, in this era of cutthroat competition, you're required to be active enough, and from the viewpoint of competitive exam aspirant, you're required to be smart enough to see the question in everything, okay? So just like books, Google Doodles also gives us knowledge in some way or other, and it is fun as well because when we learn by seeing something or looking at something, the probability of that thing staying in our mind for a longer period of time is much higher. So let's learn about those personalities who have been honored by Google Doodle in the past few months in 2017 and see what they are remembered for and what are their contributions to the society and world at large. So small introduction to Google Doodle. A Google Doodle is a special temporary alteration of logo on Google's homepage that is intended to celebrate holidays, events, achievements and people. The first Google Doodle was in honor of the Burning Man festival of 1998. Basically, we all are aware about the Google Doodles in some way or another, but yes, ਅਸੀਂ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ like paper the viewpoint ਤੋਂ ਦੇਖ ਸਕੀਏ. But yes, now you are with us and you are required to see a question in everything. So here we go with our first slide that is about Asthma Chatterjee. So who was she? She was basically an Indian organic chemist noted for her work in the fields of organic chemistry and phytomedicine. And Google has honored her with a Google Doodle on her birthday on 23rd September this year only, 2017. So when Dr. Asima Chatterjee was growing up in Calcutta in 1920s and 30s, it was almost unheard of a woman to study chemistry, but that didn't stop her. She not only completed her undergraduate degree in organic chemistry, but she also went to receive a doctorate of science, the first woman to do so in India. Now, it depends upon us that how we see the things. ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹ 'ਚੋਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ question frame ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ. Now, a question can be framed is the first woman to do this particular subject, PhD in this particular subject in India. So she's Asima Chatterjee, right? So next, moving on, Dr. Chatterjee primarily studied the medicinal properties of plants native to India. Throughout her career, her research contributed to the development of drugs that treated epilepsy and malaria. So she is the most noted, her most noted contribution to the field, however, was her work on benca alkaloids that are basically compounds made from plants, often to treat medical ailments. Benca alkaloids, which come from the Madagascar periwinkle plant, are used today in chemotherapy treatment because they help slow down or stall the multiplying of cancer cells. A very important point, keep it in mind. And what is the source of this particular benca alkaloid? It comes from Madagascar periwinkle plant, okay? So Chatterjee's groundbreaking contributions to the medicine were recognized by universities all over the world. She received numerous accolades from the Indian government, including some of the highest awards like the Padma Bhushan and an appointment to the upper house of the parliament. She started a research institute and mentored many of India's rising chemistry scholars. And another question, people, that can be framed from this particular section is which is the highest award, whether it is Padma Bhushan, Vibhushan or Padma Shri, okay? Moving on to next section, that is about Begum Akhtar. So the actual name of Begum Akhtar was Akhtari by Faizabad, but she was popularly known as Begum Akhtar. So she was born on 7th of October 1914 in Faizabad town of Uttar Pradesh. She was a refined ghazal singer and was called a Malikai Ghazal or the Queen of Ghazals. Now another question that can be directly framed, who is known as a Malikai Ghazal or the Queen of Ghazal? She is Begum Akhtar, right? So her family belonged to the upper class society and was not even inclined towards music. Even then she had interest and was sent to train under the great sarangi player Ustad Imdan Khan. She composed many of her own melodies and steeped herself in the rhythm of ghazals. After her marriage, Begum Akhtar gave up singing. However, in 1949, deteriorating health drew her back to her calling. Weeping tears of jubilation, she finally returned to Lucknow studio to record and continue to share her gift with the world until her death in 1974. Her voice was comforting, particularly during the years India underwent upheaval caused by partition, so she would always be remembered for her melodious contribution to the world. Next we have S. Chandrasekhar. So he is basically Indian-born American astrophysicist who won the Nobel Prize in 1983 for physics for key discoveries that led to currently accepted theory on the later evolutionary stages of massive stars. So question can be framed कि कदों इन्हां नूं जिहड़ा Nobel Prize मिलिया सी ते किहड़े field विच मिलिया सी, right? It is your responsibility and your duty to keep in mind the Nobel Prizes winner or award winners along with their field. It is mandatory to remember the field along with the award, right? So as Chandrasekhar has contributed a lot to our understanding of stars and their evolution, basically the Chandrasekhar limit. This Chandrasekhar limit explains that when a star's mass is lighter than 1.4 times that of a sun, it eventually collapses into a denser state called a white dwarf. Another question, what are white dwarfs, right? When heavier than 1.4, a white dwarf can continue to collapse and condense, evolving into a black hole or a supernova explosion. So Google had honored the original starman with Google Doodle, whose universal theories propel current space research in modern astronomy on their ambitious missions. So next we have is Singh Robert. So he was one of the first of the late 19th century Indian explorers who explored the Himalayas for the British. He hailed from the Johar Valley of Kumaon. So kindly mention below in the comment section where this Valley of Kumaon is located. He mapped the trade route through Nepal to Tibet, determined for the very first time the location and altitude of Lhasa, and mapped a large section of the Brahmaputra. He also described the mesmerizing detail fabled sites such as the gold mines of Thog Chalung. Another question, where this particular mines is situated, right? So he received a Royal Geographical Society gold medal in 1876. On June 27, 2004, an Indian postage stamp featuring Nain Singh was issued commemorating his role in the Great Trigonometric Survey. Moving on, we have Abdul Qavi Desnavi. So he was an Urdu author and literary critic. He was born in the village of Desna in Bihar. He authored a vast body of Urdu works covering fiction, biographies, poetry and anthologies. His most famous works include Saat Tarihein, Mutala-e Khutut Ghalib, Talash-e-Azad, and his magnum opus, the biographical Hayat-e-Abul Kalam Azad, celebrating the life of freedom fighter Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. So basically another question can be framed from this particular section is, who is the author of any particular name can be taken from all the names mentioned. So kindly go through the things that I am sharing with you over the internet once again on your part in order to seek something different from the information that you will go through, right? So he exerted a powerful influence on the evolution of Urdu literature and academic thought in India. At a personal level, he mentored some of the India's finest Urdu poets and writers such as Javed Akhtar and Iqbal Masood. Moving on, we have Satara Devi, and she was a legendary Kathak dancer who was described as Nritya Samragini by Rabindranath Tagore. And she is also known as Empress of Dance for her vibrant energy, effortless footwork, and unparalleled ability to bring story to life. Now, another question can be framed that Kathak is the dance of which region or which state? Okay, we'll also come up with a video later on the dances of particular region. ठीक है जी? Basically, you are required to go through it. ठीक है? Her performances on and off the silver screen revived popular interest in the classical dance of Kathak. Her significant achievements over a career spanning 6 decades were recognized by several awards, including the Sangeet Natak Academy Award and the Padma Shri. Now, you are also required to keep in mind that in which field Sangeet Natak Academy Award is given, and previously I have also mentioned that what is the difference between Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan, and which one is the highest. ठीक है जी? So, her legacy would continue to inspire young talent in dance. Next we have is Masseur Sarabhai. So she was born in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and she was instrumental in altering the course of Indian's labor history. Briefly married as an adolescent, Sarabhai fought the social convention and left in 1912 to study at the London School of Economics. There, she swept up in the suffragette movement and newly discovered ideas of social equality that laid the foundation for her life's work. Here in a keyword is suffragette movement. This is basically an organized protest by women to seek the right to vote. Okay, so back home in Ahmedabad, Sarabhai started to work with disempowered women, particularly taking on the cause of local mill workers after learning of their 36-hour work shifts. In 1914, she helped Ahmedabad's weavers successfully organize their first strike for higher wages. In the years that followed, she went on to become their most vocal supporter, negotiating with the mill owners, including her own brother, for better working conditions. She was affectionately called Mota Ben. So she was supported in her work by Mahatma Gandhi, with whom she set up Gujarat's oldest labor union. Also, another key point, right? It later paved the way for the founding of the Self-Employed Women's Association of India, which we abbreviate as SEWA. Next we have is Fazlur Rehman Khan. So he was born in Bangladesh and did his graduation from University of Dhaka. He completed his post-graduation and PhD from USA, and he is known for his innovation in high-rise building construction. His projects include Chicago's John Hancock Center and Willis Tower, which are among the world's tallest buildings. Also another point to keep in mind, world's largest and tallest. We would be soon coming up with a video on this particular topic as well, right? Moving ahead, Hirotugu Akaike. So he was a Japanese statistician. He used information theory to formulate Akaike information criterion that is widely used in statistical inference. So Akaike's information criterion is basically an estimator of the relative quality of statistical models for a given set of data. Given a collection of models for the data, AIC estimates the quality of each model relative to each of the other models. Basically, AIC estimates the quality of each model compared to the other models. So, thus AIC provides a means for model selection and is commonly the most difficult aspect of statistical inference. So alright, this is all about eminent personalities who have been honored through the Google Doodles in 2017 for their wonderful contributions to the society. And please once again go through the video in order for the concepts to be on your tip, in order for the points to be on your tip, so that you can keep easily remind that what were the contributions of these personalities to the world and society. And thanks for watching the video. Please do subscribe our channel and like the video, because your appreciation and feedback will help us to come up with more quality content. Thank you for your time. Keep exploring and have a nice time ahead. Bye bye.